New York Giants defense position grades. We've already done our offense position grades for the New York Giants. If you haven't checked that out, go ahead and check it out. It's on the channel. And we got a video out talking about Daniel Jones and why I think he will be a top 10 quarterback this season. So those are two videos you are not going to want to miss. Go check those out. But in this video, we need to talk about the defensive position grades for the New York Giants. We're going to start with the interior defensive line, which I think is the most improved position by the New York Giants this offseason. The two signings they made, and A'Shaun Robinson, Raheem Nunez-Roches, I'm probably butchering his name, Nacho, are really going to show dividend this season. It's going to make a difference for sure. And I'm going to give this grade an A. Dexter Lawrence, Leonard Williams, A'Shaun Robinson, Nacho, those are four, stud guys right there where you can have guys that can pass rush, and Leonard Williams and Dexter Lawrence, those are stud players. And the depth behind those guys isn't a drop-off. A'Shaun Robinson, great run defender. Nacho, great run defender. And that is what the Giants defense really struggled at last year. Really was the weakness of the defense. When Dexter Lawrence was to go out, the guys that were rolling in after him, it was horrible. It was the guys you just did not want in the field, and it showed how bad the depth of the Giants defensive line, interior most, to be exact, how bad it was. So after the signings they made, Dexter Lawrence is an all-pro. Leonard Williams, when he's on the field playing next to Dexter Lawrence, that is a very good, defensive line duo in itself. You get guys like A'Shaun Robinson and Nacho behind those guys. I'm going to grade out as an A. I think that is the strong suit of this Giants defense and of the New York Giants. I think that's a big strength of the team, and I think they might have the best interior defensive line in all of football. Might got to talk about that another day. But let's go to the edge rushers. Kayvon Thibodeaux, Azeez Ojulari, Oshane Ximines, Jihad Ward, probably some other guys back there, Ellison Smith, Cam Brown, other guys back there. But the main four guys, I'm going to grade this as a B+. I think when we're looking at Azeez Ojulari, I think he is an underrated player. Look at the production he had in like a little amount of games, 7 games, played in 5 games he started, 5.5 sacks, 7 QB hits. When Azeez Ojulari was on the field, he was a beast. And I talked about it in my, Giants breakout video near the end of it. Azeez Ojulari might end up being the sack leader for the New York Giants this season. If he's able to stay on the field and be healthy, he is going to be a dominant player opposite of Kayvon Thibodeaux. And with Kayvon Thibodeaux, you're getting a guy that showed great flashes last year. He showed you what he really can be. You got the Washington game on Sunday Night Football. You got the Thanksgiving game, versus Dallas. And I feel like we're going to get that more often than not this season. And I'm going to grade this as a B+. Jihad Ward is that real edge setter, that run defender. And Oshane Ximines, though he doesn't put up a lot of sack numbers and, is on a little deal with the team, back on a 1-year deal, I think, that's good depth behind Jihad Ward. So I'm high on Azeez Ojulari. I'm high on Kayvon Thibodeaux. I think those guys really upgrade that line and really upgrade, that position. And I'm going to grade out as a B+. So the Giants defensive line, I think, is a big strength. You got the interior defensive line that I think is an A. You got the guys on the outside, the edge rusher, I think is a B+. And Kayvon Thibodeaux, I think, will take that next step, which might make this end up being an A with Azeez Ojulari and Kayvon. That might end up being a top pass rushing duo this season. Don't sleep on it. Now let's go to the linebackers, which I think is more of a weakness of the Giants defense. I think Bobby Okereke is a great signing that they made. I think he is going to show, why they made that move to get him. He's a great run defending linebacker, and that's another way the Giants run defense is going to get improved this year, not just the guys on the interior defensive line, but Bobby Okereke is one of the best run defending linebackers in the league. You look at, his rushing stops, how many, tackles he made behind the line of scrimmage. He was one of the highest in the league, if I'm not wrong. That's a great signing there. It's the guys after Bobby Okereke. It's the depth after Bobby Okereke. I know guys like Dorian Beavers. Dorian Beavers, I'm not really sure. I'm going to say Dorian Beavers? Yeah, Dorian Beavers. Showed flashes in preseason. Looked good. A lot of Giants fans were excited to see what he could do, in the regular season. The injury happens. Out for the season. You get him back. I don't want to just say he's going to be great coming off that injury. Might take time to get back in the rhythm of the game. He was a rookie last year. This is going to be a rookie season basically for him in his second year. Micah McFadden, when he was on the field, he played majority of the snaps. He played some snaps on, he got some rub last year playing football for the Giants. Is he great though? Does he take a little, step in his, in his next season? That's a question mark there. Jarrad Davis was brought back basically for depth. And the Giants linebacker core last year was bad. Bobby Okereke really being the only signing the Giants made They didn't look in the draft and got a guy. They didn't make another signing in free agency outside of Bobby Okereke. I got to grade this out as a D right now. I got to grade it out as a D. And I think Bobby Okereke is a great player. It's just the guys after him where I'm like, who's that linebacker to after Bobby Okereke? Who is it? Who is it? And I hope this doesn't happen. But if Bobby Okereke goes down with injury, who we starting? The guys that would be starting if Bobby Okereke went down, or if Bobby Okereke goes out for a play, I'm not confident in it right now. I'm not. So it's still early. The Giants still can make a move. The Giants still sign a guy, maybe trade for a guy to, back up Bobby Okereke, add to the linebacker room. But as of right now, where everything stands, I'm going to grade that position group at a D. But who knows? Maybe Dorian Beavers comes out, looks great. Maybe Michael McFadden looks great. Who knows? We'll see. Next, let's go to the cornerbacks. And I think this group right here is just a bunch of young, scrappy dogs, man. Adoree Jackson, in my opinion, is a guy the Giants need to extend. I know reports have said they weren't going to extend him, or they're not looking to extend him. By the end of this season, I want Adoree Jackson on an extension with the New York Giants. You saw what he did in the wild card round versus Justin Jefferson. I don't really got to say much. You watched the game. You know what happened. You know what the deal is right there. Justin Jefferson was one of the best wide receivers in the league. He slowed him down, basically locked him down in that game. I think he should be back. I think Adoree Jackson showed that he can be a suitable CB1 for the New York Giants. Then, CB2 was definitely a hole last year. We was basically putting guys in there, taking the guy out, putting the guy in there. This year, you got Deonte Banks, who the Giants used a 24th overall draft pick for, traded up for a cornerback out of Maryland, who I think is a dog. He has the speed. The speed is there. He fits the scheme. You saw how, Wink Martindale reaction was when that car got turned in. It had Deonte Banks' name on it for the New York Giants. You saw how happy he was. So he fits the scheme. Wink is, pumped to have him on the squad. I feel like he has the aura, the moxie to be a cornerback that is confident, not going to be, backing down from any competition. I think that's a great draft pick from the Giants. And I think he's going to fit in well at that CB2 spot in his rookie season. Not going to be asked to guard the best wide receiver on the NFL teams right out the gate, which I like. After that, you're looking at the slot position. I think Cordell Flott will end up, taking that position over Darnay Holmes. And I like Cordell Flott a lot. You look at what he did in his last, in the last game of the season, of the regular season versus Philly. That man made some plays on A.J. Brown. One of the best wide receivers in the game. So that right there, Cordell Flott showed flashes in that game. And I think he deserves to be in that slot, position for the New York Giants. So Deonte Banks, Adoree Jackson, Cordell Flott as our starting, 3 cornerbacks, in September. I like it. And, the Giants have depth after that. They got Amani Oruwariye, who they signed out of former Detroit Lions cornerback. They have Aaron Robinson, who he played one game, missed majority of the season with injury. But in that Carolina Panthers game, he looked good. He didn't look bad. So that's depth there. Darnay Holmes is still in the team, even though some people might say he might end up getting cut, but he's still in the team. Really going to be that slot guy. Doesn't really fit the scheme, though. He's more of a zone type of cornerback. We run a man-heavy defense. The Giants did go out and draft Trey Hawkins, who looks like an athletic freak out of Old Dominion. So if I had to grade out the cornerback group for the New York Giants right now, I'm going to give it a B-. I'm going to give it a B-. And I'm more confident in this cornerback group than I am last year. Like with Adoree Jackson being the only cornerback that was really, I was really confident in going out there and playing ball last year. That wasn't good. But this year, I'm confident in Adoree Jackson. I'm confident in Deonte Banks. And I'm confident in Cordell Flott to go out there and make plays and cover these guys. I really, really am. So depending on what Deonte Banks looks like, if he goes out there and looks like a, one of the best cornerbacks in the game next year, who knows? The Giants might have a B+, A-, grade for the cornerbacks. And if you get Adoree Jackson, basically repeating this 2022 season, still looking the same, still covering these guys like, white on rice, you get Deonte Banks. That's probably one of the best cornerback duos in the game, with Cordell Flott handling the slot. I like it. I like it. So I'm going to give it a B- for now. I don't want to put too much expectations on these guys yet. Cordell Flott was a rookie last year. Deonte Banks is a rookie this year. But I like it. I like where the Giants are headed with that cornerback group. Hopefully they do extend Adoree Jackson, though, because I think he's really, really good. But then we look at the safeties. We look at the secondary, and I think this is a big question mark, too. Xavier McKinney is good. I like Xavier McKinney. Hopefully he looks more like his 2021 self, where you saw him be an elite ball hawk. I mean, this guy was catching passes, making big plays, catching interceptions, literally won the Giants a game versus the Raiders in 2021. Didn't forget it. Hopefully he looked more like that. Who knows? The hand injury, he's still going to have to learn how to play with that, dealing with the hand. We're still going to see how he looks with that injury. But I'm confident in him. And after that, you're looking at guys where you're like, who is going to be that next guy? Who is the starting strong safety for the Giants after losing Julian Love? I know they got Dane Belton out there who made plays. Who made plays last year? He got kind of put in a doghouse for some reason. I don't know what happened, but he made some plays when he was out there. He got beat sometimes, but he also made some plays sometimes. So maybe the Giants look at him. The Giants did go out there and sign Bobby McCain, former Washington Commander, safety, slot cornerback. So he's versatile. I think that is, great veteranship right there. Versatile, fits the scheme kind of. You're looking at Javarius Owens, who they took in the later rounds of the 2023 NFL Draft out of Houston, can be the box, safety for the New York Giants. You look at how he plays, hard hitting, straight down the line, hitting guys. He fits as a box linebacker, more of a coverage guy for the New York Giants. So I like that. And if I had to grade it all out, I'm going to give it a C+. I think Xavier McKinney really does upgrade that grade, because if you take Xavier McKinney away, it doesn't look as good, but I think Xavier McKinney is good. I think he is going to probably return back to that 2021 form. Maybe not get 5-6 interceptions, but I think we're going to really see him make more plays in coverage, really be asked to be the green dot for the Giants defense again. And I think he's going to be able to make plays, as the number one guy. But after that, let's see who turns out to be that guy that can, be a duo with him. Is it Dane Belton? Does it end up being Bobby McCain, who's a veteran? We'll see. We will see. So defensive-wise, I think the Giants have a great defense. I don't think it's an elite defense. I think it's a defense that has the pieces that it needed, that it didn't have last year to play how it wanted to play. You have the edge rushers that can get pressure on guys quicker to help out the cornerbacks. But you also have, I think, the cornerbacks right now where you don't have to worry about 100% sending heat, because you don't have the cornerbacks to guard these other wide receivers. Last year, the Giants cornerbacks were getting cooked very, very quickly because we didn't have the talent to play in a man coverage defense like Wink Martindale wants to run. I think the Giants had the linebacker one to have to worry about getting gashed up the middle. They had the, the defensive line is stacked right now. I think it's really, really good. I strengthened the team, and I think that is really what's going to help the cornerbacks. It's going to help the safeties, because you have guys like Dexter Lawrence, Azeez Ojulari, Leonard Williams, and Kayvon Thibodeau who can get pressure on the quarterback. So I think this defense has all the pieces it needs to play like Wink Martindale wants to play, unlike in 2022. So leave your grades down below in the comment section. How are you feeling about this New York Giants defense right now? Again, signings can be made, moves can be made to help the defense out and the offense. So let me know down below in the comment section. Oh, and for the kicker, it's an A+. It's Graham Gano, A++. And Jamie Gillian, well, he's Jamie Gillian, so let me know how you feel about him down below in the comment section. But if you did enjoy, leave a like, comment, definitely hit the subscribe button if you're new. And until then, though, it's been your boy Jay Downs. We are out. Thanks for watching. Love you, boys, and we are out. Go Giants. Peace.